Welcome, everyone, to the John R. Wooden Gymnasium for Martinsville Artesian Volleyball here on WREP 15 Sports, the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, and IHS AA TV. Tonight we have a fantastic 4A matchup between the Martinsville Artesians and the Roncalli Royals. Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Meyer. We are getting set to go here in this matchup, and we will have the starting lineups and the national anthem. We will take a break here once we have an opportunity. Right now we are having Molly Urban being honored for her 1,000th career dig. As you see her leave, just a junior, the libero for the Artesians, and boy, do we have good liberos here tonight. Molly for the Artesians, and then one of the best in the country in Emma Halter. We are getting set now for the starting lineups, I believe. We changed this a little bit. We will go to the starting lineups for the Roncalli Royals.
Number 15, Olivia Murphy. And number 24, Erica Eves. And starting for the Royals, number 1, Ali Kirchhoff. Number 2, Logan Bell. Number 5, Monica Jones. Number 10, Olivia Hill. Number 11, Faith Birch. Number 14, Sarah Lazan. And libero for the Royals, number 19, Emma Halter. And coach for the Royals, Christina Erasmus. And now for your Martinsville Artesians. Number 2, Lizzie Zeick. Number 5, Courtney Burnham. Number 7, Kenna Hall. Number 13, Morgan Lyon. And number 16, Addison Massey Decker. And now, starting for your Martinsville Artesians. Number 3, Emily Martin. Number 8, Macy Dorset. Number 9, Grace Reynolds. Number 10, Mackenzie Martin. Number 12, Emery Carter. Number 17, Ella Whitney. And libero for the Artesians, number 1, Molly Urban. Head coach of the Artesians, Kayla Back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your attention please for a special 9/11 tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, on September 11, 2001, 19 terrorists led a series of 4 suicide attacks on U.S. soil. These attacks took place in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 people died in the attacks, and countless military and first responders have lost their lives protecting our freedoms since that time. Let us take a moment to appreciate the ability we have to share the experience of high school athletics. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able and join me in a moment of silence for 11 seconds to honor those lives lost during the September 11th attacks, along with the military and first responders who have defended our country and have given us the opportunity to participate and enjoy high school athletics. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Great tribute there by PA announcer Matt Smith in honor of September 11th. What a matchup we have here this evening for you. The 15-2 Roncalli Royals and the 13-2 Martinsville Artesians. And when you start talking about Roncalli, you have to mention Emma Halter, 3-time All-State. Her first 2 years, second-team All-State. Last year, first-team All-State. And oh yeah, this year, just a top 25 player in the country, committed to the University of Texas. But she is by no means alone for the Roncalli Royals. They also have Olivia Murphy, who will be headed to Wake Forest. Well, that's Roncalli for you. Now for the Artesians, they've got some talent as well, led by their Florida Gulf Coast commit, Grace Reynolds. We are set and ready to go now. Sarah Lazan will serve first. Macy Dorsett, Reynolds, Martin off block. And one thing that Coach Back was concerned with is Roncalli's ability to keep rallies alive. Got some experienced players, and that will get down between the Artesians block and the net, and Roncalli up 1-0. Be another point to the Roncalli Royals. 2-0. Molly Urban with the dig there, and now Mackenzie Martin will roll shot it over. It is in. Mackenzie Martin.
Serving for the Artesians, number 9, Grace Reynolds.
And we'll get set to go here on the serve. Emma Halter, the bump set on the outside, and that is long. So Martinsville 2-2 now. Get the dig there. And Roncalli with the point will go back to serve.
Substitution for the Royals, number 24, Erica Eves. Serving number 11, Faith Birch.
Mackenzie Martin on the serve. Royals on the outside. Macy Dorsett had a real nice tournament this weekend for Martinsville in the Avon Invitational, a tournament that was chocked full of fantastic teams from across the state and the country. The Artesians finished 2-2 in that one. They battled the top-ranked team in the country, according to USA Today, in Louisville Assumption in their opener. And Coach Back was a little bit concerned with how the team got off to a slow start in that one, but said they were able to rebound nicely. And they'll get a kill there. Nice job by the Artesians. Kenna Hall.
Serving down for the Artesians, number 1, Molly Urban. Serving down for the Royals, number 19, Emma Halter.
Sorry.
Serving down for the Artesians, number 8, Macy Dorset. Substitution for the Royals, number 5, Monica Jones. Jones with the serve. Back in the Artesian lineup, number 3, Emily Martin. Martin with the serve. Back in the Royals lineup, number 1, Ali Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff with the serve.
Trying to get our camera situation situated here. We've got some first-time camera operators and big game, a little nerves, but that's okay. Nice attack on the outside that time by Roncalli. Faith Birch. The Artesians, Mackenzie Martin getting ready to get the serve from Ali Kirchhoff. If that name sounds familiar and you're an Artesian girls basketball fan, it should sound familiar. Her cousin, Maddie, a standout for the Royals basketball team last year and had a great game here against Dave Dorset's club at the John R. Wooden Gym. The Royals out front here early, 11-6. Molly Urban to Grace Reynolds, and Ella Whitney hammers it home. See Mackenzie Martin, she's normally the target, but it was Ella Whitney who was able to get the last one, and Ella back to serve now for the Artesians. That will go in for Martinsville. So Whitney with the ace. And the Artesians 11-8. Martinsville, like we said, coming off of a power-packed weekend where they went to Avon and battled not only some of the best teams in the state, but also some of the best teams in the country. Emery Carter getting a good opportunity in that invite to show what she can do against some of the top teams in the country. Martinsville scrambling, keeps it alive, the free ball over, and now the Rebels on a quick set in the middle. It will be out, and Martinsville with the point once again. So Ella Whitney has it to 11-10. Again, you get a look there at Emma Halter, just above that shot there. The UT commit. The right side attack. Now they go to the other side and dug by Macy Dorset. Quick set in the middle. Emery Carter can't get it down. That's what makes Roncalli very dangerous. And also they have attackers all over the court. Halter, the libero, will go out. And it'll be Sarah Lazan to serve for Roncalli. Martinsville's attacker, Mackenzie Martin, goes long. Well, Faith Birch has been active on the right side for the Royals here early on. Birch with 49 kills coming in. The Royals had 3 girls with over 100 kills for the season. Mackenzie Martin, speaking of kills, gets one right there. She leads the Artesians in that category by a lot. Martin, 196 kills for the season, nearly 5 per set for head coach Caleb Ack. Nice serve there by Grace Reynolds, just over top of the net. The roll shot covered by Grace, and now Martinsville will have to free shot it over. There's Holter comes sliding in and apparently went under the net, but that was the other concern by the head coach. As Grace Reynolds back to serve, Coach Back concerned with the ability of Holter to cover a ton of the floor as well. As we talked with the head coach via email this week about how they did at the tournament at Avon and their opportunity here today to battle the Roncalli Royals. Well, right now it's a good opportunity for the Artesians. Martin goes off block and the volleyball rolls along the top of the tape and able to go out of bounds for the point for the Artesians. That attack again on the outside by Birch goes out, and Martinsville leading 14-13 here in set number 1. Glad you can join us on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and those of you watching on IHSAA TV. Again, they'll set the right side, and the lefty Birch hammers it in for the Royals. Faith Birch, who just got that kill, back to serve now. Reynolds to Mackenzie Martin. Halter up on the outside this time. Martin again on the attack, and it'll go out. Kenna Hall back in. 15-14. Martin back to serve for the Artesians. Halter, nice pass up front. The attack on the outside by the Royals. Erica Eads finds the floor. Now Olivia Murphy back in. Murphy heading to Wake Forest. Like we told you in the open, a couple of D1 commits for Roncalli, and then they are loaded throughout as well. That one goes a little bit long, and Martinsville will get another point. Back out in front, 16-15, as this match has gone back and forth. Now a look at both liberos. Two of the best in the state. Molly, the junior for the Artesians. Holter, the senior for the Royals. Molly serving just long as Roncalli, Logan Bell lets it fly long. And now the Royals back to serve, and it will be the counterpart from Molly Urban. Emma Holter on the serve. Reynolds, quick set in the middle. That time, the miscommunication. And the Royals with another opportunity. Again, Halter targeting Urban. Reynolds, back row to Mackenzie Martin, and that will go off of the attempted dig by Logan Bell. Martin with another kill. And Macy Dorset. Coach Back said Macy Dorset really turned it on this weekend. Some amazing kills against some of the best blockers that she'll ever play against. So really happy with how she played this weekend. The middle that time for Roncalli tough as it's Erica Eads there with it. Monica Jones now back to serve for Roncalli. Urban. Set to the back row again to Mackenzie Martin. This time Murphy. And you get a little bit of a glimpse why she's headed to Wake Forest and they're so high on her. Murphy, according to an article in the Indianapolis Star, had some issues with her recruitment because of COVID and things along those lines, but happy that she's able to sign with Wake Forest and really credited her move to Team Indiana for her elevation in her game. And you got to look moments ago at her ability to attack on the outside for the Royals. And she's one of those girls with over 100 kills coming in, leads the team with 131 at 3 a set. The Royals 21-17 now here in set number 1. Martinsville gets it 21-18, and the Artesians are going to have to try to make a dent into this 3-point Roncalli lead. Emily Martin serving now. Right at Halter. The back set to Murphy. Dorsett can't control it. And it will be point to the Royals. And Kirchhoff now back to serve for the Royals. Allie Kirchhoff. Urban right up to Reynolds. The slide to Whitney. Dug nicely that time by Monica Jones. The attack, though, long by Roncalli. So now Ella Whitney for Martinsville, and Ella able to serve Martinsville into the lead early on in this set, but that serve sails long, and now the Royals 2 points away from claiming set number 1. Dorsett up to Reynolds, slide that time to Emery Carter. The Royals doing a great job to try to keeping it up off the floor, but Martinsville able to get the point. Carter right there. And Grace Reynolds now to serve. Martinsville with another point there. Faith Birch again on that right side. The southpaw not able to get it. Martinsville trying to dent into this lead here. Opportunity. Nice dig by Molly. Macy Dorsett on the right side. It'll find the floor. Well, you heard Coach Back. She talked about what Dorsett did this past weekend. You get a glimpse of it right there as she attacks against the Royals defense and just able to find the open spot. And all of a sudden, it's a 23-22 Roncalli advantage. Martinsville with arguably their best server back as well in Grace Reynolds. Grace just fantastic. 1,000 career digs, over 2,000 career assists as well. 68 kills thus far this season for Grace Reynolds. 30 aces. Leads the team in that category as well. 170 digs for Grace. Second on the team to Molly Urban. And then, of course, Grace leading the way with 384 assists as well as the Artesian setter. She has been the Artesian setter since her freshman season. That serve will be long, and now the Royals 1 point away from winning set number 1. No room for air here for the Artesians. They need the side out, and then they need a point. Serve receive issue for the Artesians. Martin's roll shot is a good one, but a good counter by the Rebels into the net. And Martinsville holds off Roncalli. But like we said, no margin of error here for Martinsville. Well, I think this is only fitting that we're going down to the wire in this one, because that's where Martinsville was all weekend in the Avon Invite. The attack by the Rebels, it goes in. The Royals, and Roncalli wins set number 1 here, 25-13, in a good one between two of the top teams in the state of Indiana. We will take a break here and come back with set number 2. You're watching Martinsville Artesian Volleyball on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
I would do that.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolfert, president of the IHSAA Foundation. Lots of high school athletes here in Indiana have gone on to become collegiate All-Americans. A few of them have even turned pro. But participating in high school sports has helped virtually every high school athlete become a good American. That's because playing high school sports teaches life lessons like the importance of persistence, teamwork, tenacity, preparation, and hard work. The IHSAA Foundation was created to help high school administrators and coaches become more effective role models and teachers, emphasizing values that will help their players become better athletes, better representatives of their community, and better Americans. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
You get a look there at the Roncalli Royals. They won the opening set 25-23. Well, we said Martinsville was used to playing in some close sets because they had several of them this past weekend in their matches against Carmel, Floyd Central, as well as their final match against Ursuline Academy out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They finished 2-2 against, like we said, some of the top teams in the state and the country. Lost in 2 sets to Assumption, won in 3 against Carmel and Floyd Central before falling in 2 long sets to Ursuline Academy. Well, when you talk about the Royals, you got to talk about Emma Holter. 3-time All-State, twice as the second team, once as a first team. She'll be first team again, All-State this year. She's a Max Preps preseason All-American as well, one of the top 25 players in the country, and is heading to Texas to play next season. Grace Reynolds on serve right at Holter. Reynolds on the floor with the dig. Martinsville's Macy Dorsett has to hurry, and the Artesians can't get it back over, so a point going to the Roncalli Royals. So 1-1 the score now. The Royals right here out in front early. 2-1, up 1-0. Faith Birch to serve now. So we'll get the score caught up here, 3-1. Martinsville gets it to 3-3 now. Oh, actually, though, it's 4-2, so it'll go to the Royals. Logan Bell to serve. Olivia Murphy in the ace for the Royals. Martinsville, some issues with serve receive, and another point by Roncalli, the Royals, and we're going to get quick timeout here. Holter back to serve now for the Royals. 7-4 leaders. Reynolds in the middle to Ella Whitney. It will go long. 8-4. Roncalli, 25-23 winners in the opening set. Best 3 out of 5. Ella Whitney on the slide. It was in, also looking for off block, but it did not matter. And Kenna Hall back to serve now for the Artesians. It'll be long, so the Rebels with a break there.
Substitution for the Artesians, number 3, Emily Martin. And for the Royals, number 5, Monica Jones. Jones with the serve.
Monica Jones to serve now. Middle attack again by Ella Whitney. And it'll be Ella back to serve for the Artesians. Tip around block, the Artesians. Emily Martin serving, or actually bump setting that time, and what a kill in the middle by Sarah Lazan. Kenzie Martin, Emery Carter for the Artesians. Kirchhoff for the Royals. Martin down the line. Great shot that time by Mackenzie Martin on the attack. They set her all the way to the outside, and Mackenzie hit it all the way cross court along the net to cut the lead to 3. Nice block by Carter and Martin. And the attack by the Royals in. Grace Reynolds. Lazan into the net. The Royals, some substitutions. Mackenzie Martin now back to serve. Birch back to serve now for the Royals. The southpaw. And again, another point by Roncalli. Birch, a junior. 9 aces for the lefty. Kenna Hall able to get a kill on the outside for Martinsville.
Now serving for the Artesians, number 1, Molly Urban.
And Molly Urban back to serve, the libero for the Artesians. Reynolds. Back row set to Mackenzie Martin. A nice attack, but a nice dig by Roncalli. Setter attack by Reynolds and collision by Roncalli. Emma Halter running into Faith Birch. Let's watch that and see if that affects anybody, because it looks like it affected Halter a little bit. It goes out, and let's take a look, and hopefully she's okay. So hopefully she's okay for Roncalli. We'll get a look here momentarily, able to dig that nicely. Martinsville at the net. Urban, great dig. Dorsett off block. Martinsville keeps it alive. Nice rally, big point coming over. That's attack that time by Halter, dug by the Artesians. Roncalli in another opportunity. Martinsville, this is a great point by both teams, scrambling all over the place, seeing great play by the big-time players for everybody, finally going out, and it's a huge point for the Artesians. It'll be Molly Urban to maintain serve. Halter actually having a discussion at the net with the official. To no avail, though, and Martinsville now back 13-11. Well, about in this same location in the first set. Artesians were able to take a lead, but Roncalli able to come back, hang on, and get the 25-23 win. Logan Bell back to serve now for Roncalli. She goes into the net. So the Artesians, and it'll be Macy Dorsett back to serve for Martinsville. If you're just joining us, we spoke about it earlier. In the match that Martinsville head coach Kayla Back was really happy with Macy this past weekend. Really thought that she turned it on this weekend in the tournament at Avon. Playing against some of the best blockers around. Macy played extremely well for Martinsville, according to her head coach Kayla Back. There's Macy from the back row again. Back row set again, Mackenzie Martin, and that one finds the floor. Kenna Hall now for Martinsville, who trails by 2 here in the second set. Down 1-0. Olivia Murphy dug by Molly Urban. Dorsett's mishit just a little bit. But again, Coach Back extremely happy with the way that Macy Dorsett played this past weekend. At the Avon Invite, the Artesians battling Louisville Assumption, the top-ranked team in the country according to USA Today. 3rd last week in Max Prep's top 25. Carmel, another team Martinsville battled, then Floyd Central and Ursuline Academy from Ohio. Martinsville finishing 2-2 for the day. Mackenzie Martin can't get the kill down, and that time on the right side, Faith Birch. She's played well for Roncalli here. Kirchhoff will go back to serve here for the Royals, but Birch has made a difference for Roncalli here in the first couple of sets. The slide to Emery Carter. What a pancake by Halter that time to keep it alive. Martin getting the timing. Dug nicely by the Rebels, who scramble again to keep it alive. Set middle to Mackenzie Martin, who tips it around the block. But Martinsville into the net, or under the net, and it'll be a point to the Royals, and they'll go back to serve. Again, it'll be Allie Kirchhoff. Roncalli starting to put a little distance between themselves and Martinsville in this second set. The roll shot by Martin. And a point there for Martinsville. So this is the person you want back serving if you want to try to get a little bit of a rally going. See the Rebels diving there just to keep things alive. Now a good chance by Martinsville, but they kind of mishandle that exchange as well. And then the attack by Faith Birch just rolls off the tape. So Martinsville kind of fortunate there. Cut the lead to 2. And again, Reynolds on the serve. Again, Grace heading to Florida Gulf Coast to service ace there. Leads the team in that category and just adds to the total now. Artesians within 1. We just said moments ago that if you want to cut into the lead, this is probably the person you want serving, and it's worked thus far. Another good opportunity for Martinsville. Reynolds sets outside, Dorsett off block. Can the Royals maintain it? Boy, somehow they do. And credit there to Roncalli. Wow. Scrambling just to keep it alive and somehow able to get that bump set, which was really just trying to keep it alive. And the Royals able to get a nice attack, get it down to halt the Artesians' run. But they give it right back. And so now Martinsville, another opportunity. Kenna Hall into the Artesian lineup. And now Mackenzie Martin back to serve for the Artesians. It'll go long. So the two teams trading side outs on serves. And the Rebels, who already lead 1-0, lead 20-18 here in set number 2. The first set tight the whole way. This one as well. It's been a nice matchup between two of the better teams in Class 4A. What we thought coming in. Now, Roncalli gets a ton of press, and rightfully so. The Artesians, not as much, but starting to make a little bit of noise. And if they could come back in this one and get the win on Roncalli, that would open some more eyes in the state in Class 4A. A violation on the Artesians. Logan Bell back now for Roncalli. Olivia Murphy back in as well. Urban, nice job with the dig, but a miscommunication in the middle again with Whitney and Reynolds. Urban again, up to Reynolds, goes back row to Mackenzie Martin, but Halter right there. And the Rebels able to scramble enough to get that point. Not much room for error now here for the Artesians. They've got to get a side out. Urban, Reynolds. Again, they'll go back row, but right there is Halter to cover the floor. Urban sets outside to Macy Dorsett. Nice attack by Macy, but again, the Rebels all over the floor. And then Olivia Murphy delivers. And we're going to get a timeout by the Artesians. The Rebels just a couple of points away from going up 2-0 on the Artesians. You got to look there at Roncalli's head coach, Christina Erasmuth, and now Martinsville's head coach, Kayla Back, encouraging her troops to try to rally here. Talked a lot about Emma Halter as we came out. Pan over and tilt up just a little bit now to Logan Bell, who's done a nice job serving here the last couple of points and really the entire match for the Royals. The Artesians, Mackenzie Martin, hoping to get a couple of swings here late in this one to turn the tide for Martinsville. Reynolds, middle to Whitney. Roncalli so good at covering the floor. Middle to Macy Dorsett. So we haven't seen that yet here this evening. Dorsett being set in the middle. And 23-20 now. The lefty has that one just drop out of the sky, but Halter right there. Hall, Reynolds, back row. Martin dug nicely in the back by Bell. The roll shot, good chance by Martinsville. The slide to Whitney. And Martinsville kind of gets a break there. Ella with not a fantastic swing that time. It hits the top of the net, though, and just rolls along the top of the net. Enough power by Whitney. And it allows Dorsett to serve again. Some serve-receive issues, but a big, huge swing on the outside by the Rebels was Erica Eads. Martinsville doing a great job to keep it alive. Miscommunication there. Artesians right where they needed to be, and now they are just 1 point away from dropping this second set. So no room for error. They were here in the first set as well. They had to get a side out, they did, but the Royals able to get a side out right back, and now Halter serving. Reynolds, slide, Whitney, off block, and that'll get down. So Martinsville does what they need to do there. Again, it's Ella Whitney on the slide, and now it'll be back to serve Kenna Hall, and no room for error here. You're going to have to serve this one out, or at least get a couple of them, and it sails long, and the Royals win set number 2 here, 25-22. Well, as expected, it has been a fantastic match. The Royals of Roncalli have won the first 2 sets, 25-23 and then 25-22. We will take a break and come back with set number 3. You're watching Martinsville Artesian Volleyball on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Don't do that.
Well, we are back here live on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSA TV. Glad you could join us. Well, we thought this would be a fantastic match, and it has been thus far. Roncalli won the opening set 25-23. They won set number 2, 25-22. So the Artesians will need to rally in this one. They've got a lot of work to do, but quite capable. We talked about the fact that the Artesians were pushed in the tournament this past weekend at Avon, the Avon Invite. They went to 3 matches against Carmel and Floyd Central. So they've been here before. They've been down before. And we'll see how they try to battle back against one of the top teams in the state of Indiana in the Roncalli Royals. Roncalli on the flip side also in some tight matches this season, and they have played a heck of a schedule going 15-2. Their losses to Munster and also Columbus East, interestingly enough. Columbus East, a team Martinsville could possibly see in sectional here at MHS this season. A Columbus East team Martinsville beat in the sectional championship last year at Columbus East to get to the regional, where they eventually fell to a very good Providence team, a Providence ball club that eventually fell to the eventual state champion, Yorktown. Well, Yorktown, beaten by Roncalli earlier this season in 2 sets at Yorktown as well in a tournament. So both these teams have great resumes. They have outstanding players. You're looking at one right there for Roncalli, Emma Halter, one of the top 25, according to Max Preps, in the nation, heading to Texas. And Emily Martin, just a freshman, but learning a lot here in her freshman season from some great players for the Martinsville Artesians. Well, the opening serve, an ace for the Rebels and a good start for them. They lead at 1-0 now. Allie Kirchhoff serving. Roncalli's jumped out in front in each set thus far. That serve is long, and Martinsville knots it up. And it'll be Grace Reynolds back to serve. See if Grace can roll off some points here in the early going. Halter, great dig right up to the setter. Dorsett on the attack on the right side. Boy, big swing that time by Roncalli's Logan Bell. And then the tip that time by Monica Jones. And the Rebels have some fantastic weapons offensively.
Serving now for the Royals, number 5, Monica Jones.
Point will go to Roncalli again. And, we've talked about Halter. You see there at the bottom of your screen as the Royals getting set to serve. But Roncalli, a ton of great players around Halter. And so you just make a fantastic player even better with the talent they've assembled around her. And you start talking about Olivia Murphy, who's headed to Wake Forest. But we've seen here tonight the outside hitter, Logan Bell, will have a rotation error on the Royals. You've seen Monica Jones on occasion get some attacks. Faith Birch as well as Erica Eads. So a lot of weapons for Roncalli. And they are not shy about sharing the wealth either. Coming in, they had 3 players with over 100 kills coming in, and then Birch had 49 and Eads had 60. So really not afraid to spread the wealth around, and a lot of help for Halter out there. And she does a great job of just getting it right up to her setter and then all over the floor. Coach Back said that Halter is fierce, a great competitor, and extremely fast. You see that she's covering a ton of floor there, and the block that time. A long weekend for Martinsville as Halter goes back to serve. Lots of points being played because those matches they played, the sets were really close. And that's what Coach Back talked about when they played Ursuline Academy in their 4th match of the day on Saturday at Avon, that the girls just kind of ran out of steam. The continual battles back and forth, the close matches, the intensity of the games, having to play in several set points throughout and having to hold those off took a toll physically and mentally on the girls. Well, how do they respond back here? I know it's 4 days later, but still, you know you're playing against one of the top teams in the state in Roncalli, and you're down to nothing, and you're down in this set as well, 5-4. So how will the girls respond physically and mentally in this one against the Royals? Really needs something to go well for you to kind of maybe spur you on. But the problem with that is, like Coach Back said, this is a Roncalli ball club that really doesn't have any holes. So disciplined. They're not going to make any of those dumb errors, and they're really going to have to, Martinsville, have to push them to make Roncalli uncomfortable, something that they have not been able to do a whole lot here in this match. There's Birch again on the right side, the lefty on the attack. And now Eads comes in. And the Royals out in front, 6-5. Serve, receive, air by the Artesians. Are we maybe starting to see a little bit of the crack there in the Artesian psyche? Can we get something to go right here? You know, it's tough, like we said, against a team that's so disciplined, has so much talent, doesn't make many errors. Nice attack there in the middle by the Artesians. Ella Whitney able to get it in there, as you'll see Emily Martin back to serve. So can the freshman go back and reel off a couple of points for the Artesians, maybe give them just a little bit of cushion that they can maybe relax just a little bit? But Eads quickly gets the side out back. Actually, Sarah Lazan for the Royals. Urban with the dig, the pass right up to Reynolds. Again, nice pass to Reynolds. They set middle to Whitney, but blocked by Murphy. And a nice attack there by Mackenzie Martin. Finally gets a good look at it, and the Artesians, a leading tacker, able to put it down. And Ella Whitney now. But the side out right back to the Royals. So the Artesians just unable to reel off several points. Urban awaiting the serve. Reynolds scrambling to keep it alive. Again, Roncalli does a great job. Reynolds to Martin, and it'll find the floor this time. Really credit Grace Reynolds and Mackenzie Martin that time. Well, we've talked a lot about Emma Halter. Well, the Artesians have a D1 player on their team as well. It's Grace Reynolds, and when you talk about her, she is an extremely fierce competitor and just refuses to let anything hit the floor, is all over the place for the Artesians, and we've seen that on a couple of occasions tonight. Martin that time able to get a little bit of the unconventional kill and a smile on the face of the senior, who draws Martinsville even. So here's that run a little bit we talked about, and really no surprise that they're able to get it done with Reynolds back there serving. Grace again right at Halter. Martinsville can't keep it alive, as again it was Bell on the outside, and just so many weapons for Roncalli. So wherever you're going for the Royals, they've got somebody that can get the attack down. Monica Jones. And Halter keeps it alive. Now Martinsville a chance here. Bump set on the outside. Dorset off the block. Urban Mackenzie Martin with a nice attack there. Credit Molly Urban there with the bump set that time for the Artesians. She's second on the team in assists. There's not a lot of assists to go around when Grace is on the floor most all the time and has been since her freshman year. But Molly then with 21 assists coming in, a lot that variety you just saw there, those bump sets that she gets. Dorsett keeps it alive. Now Reynolds here, and Martinsville just roll shot it over. Nice job by Urban with the dig. Martin on the back roll has to go to the roll shot again. Tied up at 10. Rebels 2 sets to none, and Martin wanted to let that go, but unable to get out of the way in time. And the Royals with a point. 11-10. Well, if you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot. Roncalli up 2-0. They won the opening set 25-23 and the second set 25-22, but the sets close throughout in both of them, just like this third set. Emery Carter sees Halter with the dig, and now into the net. The Artesians able to tie it back up. And the Artesians standout libero Molly Urban to serve. Birch again on the attack from that right side. And the Royals immediately side out the Artesians.
Substitution for the Royals, number 15, Olivia Murphy. And number 8, Ella Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle with the serve.
Guilfoyle into serve now for the Royals. First time we've seen her today. Dorsett off the block of Murphy. And the Royals starting to inch away a little bit here. Martin, nice pass to middle to Grace Reynolds, and a nice attack there by the Artesians as Reynolds was able to set it to Whitney. Now Macy Dorsett back to serve. Nice block by Hall and Whitney on the attack by Birch. The slide to Whitney. And Guilfoyle can't dig it. And the Artesians have tied it up. See if Martinsville can get a run here. Murphy blocked by Reynolds and Whitney. And that's a big-time swing from Murphy that finds the block of Reynolds and Whitney, and Martinsville leads by 1. But again, seems like every time that Roncalli needs a point and a stop, it's been Faith Birch on that right side, and Birch back to serve now. And again, the Royals take advantage of some errors by the Artesians and retake the lead. They're up 2-0, but it has been close throughout this one. Dorsett on the attack. Halter, Murphy. Big rally here. Reynolds, great job on the tip, saw the opening. Man, how did she see that? That vision by Reynolds is why Florida Gulf Coast very excited to have her for the next 4 years. Able to see the back corner wide open, and Gets the tip, and now Martin, the freshman, with the serve, and this is what you need. The Artesians now up 16-15. We've got the score backwards here. We'll fix it in a moment. Martinsville actually leading this one 16-15. Whitney on the slide. It went off block. It also found the floor. And now Martinsville 17-15. Well, can the Artesians get a third set victory here? Martin able to serve a couple of points, which was good. Now you've got a side out right back. Sarah Lazon will serve for the Rebels, and you'd ideally like to try to do it with Holter on the bench. Martin on the attack. Probably the best attack of the entire night for the Artesians senior outside hitter. And Ella Whitney back. Artesians trying to get a couple of points here. I think we're going to get a violation on Martinsville. Again, my apologies. Late switch there. Had my tech director come back and fix it for me. Elias Elsner doing a nice job. A little bit late on our communication. That's my fault there. Martinsville, though, needs a side out. Kirchhoff serving. Reynolds. Again, Martin, in the timing on the last two attacks by Martin has been superb. And now Grace Reynolds. An opportunity here. Probably the Artesians' best server. Again, right at Holter. Off block. The Royals get the side out. And Monica Jones. Roncalli, 2-0 leaders. Even though the block was there by the Royals, it was a nice attack, but just right into the block at 19 apiece now. The Royals won the opening set, 25-23. The second set, 25-22. Well, this match has lived up to the hype. Reynolds, the back set to Martin, hits it wide. And the Royals now able to cut right back into this one. And now the Artesians have some work to do. They have got to get a side out here. Reynolds to set to Mackenzie Martin. Dug nicely by the Royals. Again, they tried to go to Birch, and she's been so instrumental in this one. See if Coach Back gets a timeout here. I believe she will. The Royals on the sideline. Artesian head coach Kayla Back talking to her troops. 21-19 Martinsville. Trailing here in the third set. The Royals up 2-0 after the timeout. But I think Martinsville has shown in this one and really the entire season that they can hang with the state's best. Remember, this is a Roncalli team that has played a tremendous schedule. They are loaded. They have the 2 Division I recruits in the seniors, Holter going to Texas and Murphy going to Wake Forest, but they're loaded all around with girls who are very good, very technically sound, and are great attackers. The Artesians themselves with some fantastic players. But that timeout, unable to curb the tide, and now you're to where the point, you've got to get a side out if you're Martinsville, and then you're going to have to run off a couple of points, because if you trade side outs, Roncalli will win the match. It's the person you want to go to. The swings have been good. That's just a nice dig by the Royals. And now Martinsville, little to no room for error. They dropped the opening set 25-23. The second 25-22, trail in this one 23-19. Reynolds, middle to Mackenzie Martin, who tips around the block and finds the open part of the floor. Nicely done. Now Mackenzie, the senior, the Artesians' leading attacker, will be back to serve and will have to try to get some attacks here on the serve. Let's see what she can do. Hits it wide, and now the Royals with set and match point. And they've got their All-American Emma Halter back there, and a timeout by the Artesians. 25-23, Roncalli won the opening set. 25-22, they took the second set. They lead here in the third set 24-20 and are serving for the match with one of the top players in the nation back there to do it, the libero, Emma Halter. Well, this has lived up to the hype, I think. Even if Roncalli sweeps Martinsville, the Artesians have shown themselves. It has not been easy here today for the Royals. The Artesians held it tight throughout the first one and second sets, and this as well, but no room for error here. The Artesians must side out and then rip off 3 more points before giving it back to the Royals. Reynolds to Dorsett. Dug by Halter. The roll shot by her. Reynolds will set to Kenna Hall. And some miscommunication there, so maybe the little bit of luck that the Artesians need. Urban back to serve, though, for Martinsville, and she's going to have to serve 3 straight points here. Has to. Otherwise, the Rebels or Royals will win it. It's off block, and it will be a victory for the Roncalli Royals in straight sets, 25-21. They won the first set 25-23, the second set 25-22, and took the match with the win in the third and final set, 25-21. A good crowd here tonight at the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. The boys had a good crowd. The girls did, I should say. A lot of the football team here, the boys, to watch the girls play. And the Royals also had a good crowd as well. I knew I would do that throughout much of the match. I apologize, the Royals there. But Roncalli wins it in straight sets, 25-23, 25-22, and 25-21. This has been a student production of WRAP 15 Sports, the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, and IHSAA TV. Students in the broadcasting program at Martinsville High School were responsible for producing the game here this evening. Braden Hall, Braxton Anderson, and Will Keller, King Vaughn, all ran cameras here this evening. Elias Elsner produced it for those students. I'm Eric Meyer. So long, everyone, from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. The Roncalli Royals, 3-0 winners here tonight over the Martinsville Artesians.